Oh, hey, Devita, welcome. How are you doing? So I've changed the settings. I'm doing good. A bit tired after yesterday's race, but yeah, otherwise okay. I was about to say that this is my first time streaming in full HD, 60 frames per second. So if there are any issues while you're watching, please put them in the comments. I'd like to know because my internet connection is barely there in terms of being good enough for full full HD 60 frames per second streaming. So I think the static page is okay, but when I start driving, yeah, good. But let's see how it is when I start driving and there's more movement in the stream. So let's see. So sub 2 minute lap. All right. Before we go there, what we need to do, like always, when I start playing Gran Turismo every day, you go and wash your car. Hi, Richie. Thanks for the good luck and stopping by. So this is a habit that I've picked up playing. I think it was Gran Turismo 3 or 4. So you always wash your car and change the oil before you do anything else in the game. So that's what I do here as well. But all right. Yesterday was a bummer. Could have gone to bed early, but decided to try another round, and then it was a disaster. Hey, Devita, thanks. I'll be here. Let's say something like an hour or so. Let's see when the dinner time is. My wife is going to make dinner tonight, so let's see. So it looks like it's going to be dry. Hey, Susie. Yeah, I am on racing mediums, I know. Wanted to get a feel of the track first with this lower compound and then move on to soft. So, yeah. Let's do that now. Hello, Susie. To be honest, it doesn't feel that good with the Porsche either. Last time I did this was with the Super Formula, so this feels so slow. And slidey. But yeah, hey Sebastian, welcome in. I'm doing good, thanks Sebastian. How about you? Hey guys, if you could give a comment on how the stream is working. This is first time for me streaming in full HD, 60 frames per second, so I wanted to see if this is possible. I'm a bit concerned about my internet connection in a way that can it handle this kind of a load. Okay, good. 644 subscribers. Whoa. That's a nice amount already. Feels like I'm driving on hard tires even though I'm using softs. Ah. Hey Rick! How you doing? Greg, hey, hello. I'll come. Hey, Breezy. Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's a flat out, then the 130R. All right, let's try that. Need to turn in probably at the right time to be on the correct line. What weather bug? Yeah, it's flat out, yeah. And then you have to brake a bit earlier than what I did last time around, so but that lap was a mess. That doesn't count, so let's have a look if we have a replay that can spy on a bit. I think Susie did streaming for today already. Is it that true? What? Oh, Porsche is around. There we go. You know, Sebastian, we have a saying here in Finland that when a young man sleeps, it's like putting money in the bank. only half brake there. There's a lift up, yeah, here. That was a bit risky move there, but yeah. Second out of here. So it's on the yellow line on the right braking point. Yeah. All right. So let me know if there are any issues with the stream. I'm trying to figure out if I'm good to go with these settings from now on. way too late turning. And way too late in the brakes. It felt awful, the lap, I mean. And I'm all over the place all the time, so give me a sec, I need to see my tire temps if they are through the roof or... Oh yeah, fronts are almost 90 degrees. I knew it. Felt like it. Hello, Edward. Welcome in. Nice of you too, stopping by. Ten likes already. Hey, thanks guys. I need to get to the shorts stuff as well. It seems like it's the way to go if you want to increase the subscriber count and then again the view count as well. Haven't done a single shorts video yet, but try to make them. It's the apex. all over the place. Maybe I should concentrate a bit on the driving, but then again, this is the day one, so I want to just have a feel for the car and the tires and how it goes. All right, 200.4, the optimum. So my typical gap to Susie's times is around 1 second, 1.5 seconds. So I'm within that now. But yeah, you probably didn't push at all, Susie, for that lap. So Sticky has made a quite nice lap there. 81. So maybe top 1,000 by or not Sunday, Saturday. Yeah, exactly, Susie. Not worth your time or effort. Yeah. All right. But if I got it right, there's no issues in the stream, no lag or pixelation or loss of audio or anything. It's perfectly okay. What? Seat broke. Too hard braking and or what? Or you have a reclining or the one that tilts like car seat, GT Omega RS6. Okay. I was seriously considering GT Omega's rig and seat, but then I decided if I can get a similar kind of a rig and a seat from Finland locally, I will buy it from here, and I did. So Susi, for that's a fixed backrest or the yeah, it's mine is Barco's. This is basically a car seat that you can put in a car, so should be good for a few miles in a driving simulator. I chose the recliner seat just because I wasn't sure if a bucket seat would be perfect for my seating position, but yeah, then again, I don't have that many places that I can go here and test it out. There's different setups out in a way that would help me to make up my mind. So I needed to be quite flexible with the setup options. Hey David, welcome back. Ray Rock, hey. Thanks for the like. Always nice when somebody does that during a work meeting. I did 2 races yesterday. And don't ask me about the second one. It was a disaster. P14. So basically hashtag last. $86 points. My worst ever World Series race I've done. I mean, yeah, qualification wise, first race was P4. Second race was P6. But my problem was that I didn't or haven't had any races in that layout. So racecraft was non-existent. And I messed it up quite badly in the first race and then also in the second one, and that's it. But hey, live and learn. All right. Trying and starting to get the hang of it, at least a bit. All over the place. But yeah. Starting to get the feel for the car, at least. Now I need to just do what needs to be done. Get the lines right and so forth. The turn one is tricky. I don't remember it being that slidey in the past races that I've done here. With basically any car group. And again, Super Formulas and Group 2 NSX, they have tons of aero that will help in the turn one. So maybe it's just Group 3 thing. Hey, GG's, Grey Rock. Win is always a win. And the points will go up the better you do in races. So hey Rick, whatever works for you. Use BR. I use my woolen socks as a good luck charm, but they didn't work yesterday. Maybe I should have raced without them, but multi-class race. it's not in Gran Turismo for sure. Breezy, LMU or iRacing. Hey, Grey Rock, have you used the what was it? GT stats to check your DR driver rating? Hey there, Peter. Have a nice dinner. Catch you later. Take care. Exactly. You gain a stupid amount of points on your DR when you win in GTWS races. I lost 1,100 points yesterday. But that has been my trick to get to A, and I'm roughly halfway A currently, so 1/3 halfway through A. So if you do well in GTWS races, then you get a ton of DR points, and then they will rank you up quite quickly. I think you can get something like up to 400 if you do daily races. So you need to win a lot of them to get the same amount. Yeah. I don't know if the racing or the pace is that much different from B to A, to be honest. Maybe more consistent in A than in B, but not that much faster. So Breeze, what was the game that you were playing? LMU or iRacing or something else? Okay, LMU. That's something that I've been drooling over as well as a possible next game that I would tackle if and when I get bored with Gran Turismo. But that would require me to buy a Windows PC, and that's probably the biggest hurdle for me to get a Windows PC. I'm a Mac guy through and through, so yeah, I saw Broadbent's kind of a comparison between different Sims, and he regarded LMU one of the best, if not the best, overall simulators currently. Yeah, the Windows PC stuff is something that I probably need to tackle in a way that need to learn the Windows stuff again. I've lucky enough that my employer they give me they gave me a option to choose if I want to use either a Mac or a Windows PC. So I chose Mac because that's what I like to use. But hey, gaming is totally another topic. All right, hey guys, girls, gals. Uh, this was a bit shorter one than usual, but I need to go now. Dinner is being prepared there in the background. I don't know if you hear the noises from the kitchen, but I'll be back online tomorrow at some point. I don't know yet if it's a morning or afternoon session, but most likely afternoon. So thank you for joining in, all the likes, all the good chat and banter in the comments, and take care everyone. It was a pleasure again. Bye now.